This is a letter for the version of you who's outgrowing old timelines. The version of you who feels slightly disoriented lately. Who looks around at a life that once made sense and notices it doesn't quite fit anymore. Not because anything is wrong, but because you've changed. And no one really prepares you for this part. No one tells you how strange it can feel to outgrow a version of yourself you once worked so hard to become. How confusing it is to miss something that no longer feels true. How lonely it can be to stand in a life that technically works, but no longer feels like home. You might feel nostalgic for who you used to be. For the certainty. For the clarity. For the comfort of knowing exactly where you were going. And at the same time, you know, quietly, unmistakably, that you can't go back. That chapter has closed. Even if you loved it. Even if it kept you safe. Even if it carried you through important seasons of your life. There is a particular kind of grief that comes with growth. Not the kind where something is taken from you, but the kind where something gently loosens its hold, and you're left holding memories instead. You might find yourself between worlds right now. No longer resonating with the old timelines, but not yet fully anchored in the new. Too changed to belong where you were. Too early to fully recognize where you're going. And that can feel incredibly isolating. You might look around and think, why does everyone else seem so settled? Why do I feel like I'm floating while others are rooted? Why can't I just want what I used to want? But this space, this in-between, is not a failure of direction. It's a rite of passage. It's what happens when your inner world expands faster than your outer one can catch up. When your soul updates before your circumstances do. When the old map dissolves, but the new one hasn't fully drawn itself yet. You are not lost. You are recalibrating. And I want you to hear this clearly, because it matters. You are not betraying your past self by moving on. You are honoring her. Every version of you brought you here. Every timeline served its purpose. Every identity you once wore kept you safe, taught you something, or helped you survive. You don't need to shame what no longer fits. You don't need to label it as wrong, naive, or misguided. It simply belongs to a version of you who has completed her work. Growth doesn't always feel like expansion. Sometimes it feels like emptiness. Like space where something used to be. And space can feel unsettling when you don't yet know what will fill it. But space is not absence. It's potential. It's the pause where life rearranges itself around who you've become. You don't have to rush to define the next chapter. You don't have to explain your evolution to people who only knew an earlier version of you. You don't have to force yourself into clarity just to feel comfortable again. It's okay to grieve what you're releasing, even when you know it's necessary. It's okay to feel tender, unsure, and quietly brave all at once. This season is asking you for trust. Not in a loud, dramatic way, but in a steady, compassionate one. Trust that you are not behind. Trust that you are not drifting aimlessly. Trust that the discomfort is not a sign to turn back. It's a sign that you're shedding a skin that can no longer hold you. And something truer is making its way toward you. Even if you can't see it yet. Before you go, I want to offer you one gentle journaling question. You don't need to answer it all at once. You may come back to it many times. What am I being asked to release? Not because it's wrong, but because I've grown. Let the answer be soft. Let it be incomplete. Let it change. You are allowed to evolve without having all the language for it yet. You are not losing your way. You are leaving an old one, with grace. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Have a blessed day.